For me, it's always been really important to make marks onto physical spaces. For me, that felt more real than painting on canvas. It's using real space and you're stepping into it, and it's a physical response to the art. I think it's important to have the confidence in my own journey and my own story and making a mark in the world somehow. We're installing my work, The Grand Tour, at Dulwich Picture Gallery in the entrance hall. Essentially, it's about creating two murals that really activate the space and make you feel automatically engaged as soon as you walk into the gallery. Dulwich Picture Gallery had invited me to come to see the space and to make a work in response to the architecture. I wanted to create a space that was light, modern, contemporary, but also telling a story that perhaps was in parallel to John Soane and his own journeys. Soane designed the Dulwich Picture Gallery. He's considered a genius and considered as one of the best architects in the UK. And so for me, it was like about connecting to Soane and connecting to this building. When you think of Soane, I guess you think of how he frames the space. And quite a lot of times he uses arches for that, and definitely in the Dulwich Picture Gallery he uses arch and another arch, and it's a way of creating perspective and depth. And so I kind of wanted to play around with this idea of the arch. I'm definitely interested in seeing two sides of the same coin. That goes back to exploring my identity into my work. I use quite feminine colours, such as pink, pastel colours, but then quite often they're done at such a large scale, which also could be seen as masculine. So you see here, we have a very colourful mural on this side of the room, and on the other side it's a lot more sombre and reflective. So I think within my work I play with these dualities. I plan everything in advance, and for me that comes from a sort of blueprint way of thinking, a bit similar to an architect or designer. I like the idea of reducing the concept of art or the guts of the work into a black and white drawing. And I like combining this kind of language of design with colours. I thought it was quite important to add another level of material or texture or light into the space, so I decided to apply gold leaf onto the murals. It reflects some of the gilded frames in the museum space, as well as a technique which would have been very known to Soane, gilding. Colour is a language which is more intuitive. It's something that people really respond to physically, emotionally, without any kind of art school training. Geometric shapes are universal in the same way that colours are universal. It allows for people to think more about more formal things that I'm interested in, which is the perception and the bodily experience of how you look in front of a colour, light, form, three-dimensional space as well as two-dimensional space. Really what I want the viewer to do is to look at it and to respond to it themselves. Because within that they'll be able to read their own narratives and reflect on what they're seeing. I think sometimes when paintings or artwork reflects history or very specific details, it becomes quite difficult to connect with. I guess in the same way I found it quite difficult to connect to Soane in the beginning. But if we kind of unveil that and looked at what made him him, I think then it becomes easier to access his story and to connect with it.